Hello viewers, good morning. Myself I am K. Bhaskar, working as an assistant professor in Department of Chemistry at SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar. In this video presentation, we are going to continue our discussion on the topic amines. You already know in our last video presentations about this topic amines, we have covered the definition, nomenclature, classification of aliphatic amines, preparation and properties of aliphatic amines. We have also learned about the separation and distinguish tests between the primary, secondary, tertiary amines, phase transfer catalysis of quaternary ammonium salts, and also we have learned about the preparation and properties of aromatic amines. Now in this video presentation we are going to discuss about the aryl diazonium salts, right? Aryl diazonium salts. If you look at the learning outcomes, these are the learning outcomes. By the end of the video presentation, we are going to learn about what are aryl diazonium salts and how to name them. That is what is the nomenclature of aryl diazonium salts, and we are going to learn the preparation of aryl diazonium salts by taking benzene diazonium chloride as an example, and also we are going to learn about the properties of benzene diazonium chloride, right? And coming to the definition of aryl diazonium salts are nothing but these are characterized by the presence of a diazo group, that is N2 group, right, on the benzene nucleus, right? You can see here, this is the N2 group, that is diazo group, which is bonded directly to the benzene nucleus. This is called aryl diazonium salt, and it is represented by Ar and N2X. Here Ar stands for aryl group, it may be phenyl or toluene, and similarly X stands for any anion. You can see here it may be chloride, bromide, or tetrafluoroborate, or hydrogen sulfate, or nitrate, whatever it may be, right? So this is about the aryl diazonium salts. These are characterized by the presence of diazo group on the benzene nucleus. These aryl diazonium salts are discovered by the scientist called Peter Gries in the year 1858. Right? Usually we can prepare these aryl diazonium salts from the primary amines. That process of conversion of primary amines into aryl diazonium salts is called as diazotization, which we see in detail in the coming slides. Right? Now here is the nomenclature of the aryl diazonium salts. It is very simple how to give the name for these compounds, that is Ar N2X type of compounds. Very simple. First we have to name the aryl part, that is aryl part we have to give the name first, then followed by diazonium, then followed by anion name, then followed by anion, right? For example, if you want to give the name of this compound, that is if you replace this X with chloride anion, what is the name of this compound? How do we give this name? Here the aryl part is benzene, so benzene diazonium chloride, right? First we have to give the name of aryl part, then followed by diazonium, then followed by anion name. It is very simple. For example, here I have taken this compound, that is benzene diazonium chloride, right? If you take here bromide, benzene diazonium bromide. If I take here tetrafluoroborate, then benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate, right? In this way we will give the nomenclature for the aryl diazonium salts. Now coming to the preparation of benzene diazonium chloride, right? How to prepare the benzene diazonium chloride? Just now I have told you that by the using process called diazotization. What is diazotization? It is a process in which we prepare the benzene diazonium chloride from the aniline, that is aromatic amines, right? So in this way we can prepare the benzene diazonium chloride by using a process called diazotization, right? In this, what we do generally, we will take the aromatic amine, that is aniline, and we will subject it to the sodium nitrite in presence of acid medium, that is hydrochloric acid, under cold conditions, that is in between 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. From this sodium nitrate and hydrochloric acid, we will get the nitrous acid. Generally nitrous acid is unstable. We will prepare this nitrous acid from this mixture, that is sodium nitrite in presence of hydrochloric acid, right? So in this way, aniline, when it is treated with nitrous acid in cold condition, we will get the benzene diazonium chloride as the product. This process of conversion is called as diazotization. If you look at the mechanism, this mechanism involves in the first step, the formation of electrophile, that is nitrosonium ion, takes place. You can see here our nitrous acid in presence of acid, that is hydrochloric acid, it undergoes protonation, then followed by loss of water molecule, we will get the nitrosonium electrophile. This is an electrophile, nitrosonium electrophile, right? And in the second step, the attack of nitrosonium electrophile on the aniline takes place, right? This lone pair of electrons will attack on the electrophile to give this N-nitrosonium anilinium intermediate, which will further involve in these series of reactions in the third step to give this final intermediate. You can see here. So in this, what happens, if you see, this third step involves first the loss of the rearrangement of proton from the nitrogen to the oxygen, thereby the oxygen gets positive charge, right? And followed by the loss of H plus, that is proton from this nitrogen atom to form this hydroxy diazo compound. This hydroxy diazo compound further undergoes protonation to give this intermediate, right? And this formed intermediate will loses water molecule to form this our desired benzene diazonium, which will stabilized by the anion to form benzene diazonium chloride, right? So in this way we can prepare the benzene diazonium chloride from the aniline by treating the aniline with the nitrous acid under cold condition. And but if you look at this slide, this slide says that the primary amines, especially aliphatic amines, when we subject them with the nitrous acid, we won't get a diazonium ion. Similar to that of aromatic amines, the aliphatic amines does not give diazonium ion. You can see here we do not get a diazonium ion because here this is less stable. That's why generally the aliphatic amines, by treating with the nitrous acid, we won't get a diazonium salt similar to that of aromatic amines. We will get alcohols as the main product. Here, whereas our primary amines, that is aromatic amines, aniline will give diazonium salt because this is more stable. Right? That's why aromatic amines will form benzene diazonium salts during the diazotization process with nitrous acid, whereas aliphatic amines will form alcohols because these are less stable. That is, aliphatic diazonium salts are less stable, right? And of course we can prepare the aliphatic diazonium salts, but the condition is there must be a electron withdrawing group on that carbon atom to which the amine group is attached, right? You see here, this is an example of aliphatic amine in which the carbon atom which is directly attached to the amino group is also attached to the acetyl group, which is the electron withdrawing group. So if at all the aliphatic primary amines are connected to withdrawing groups, then those compounds will form stable diazonium salts. You can see here in the right side, this is the stable diazonium. Therefore, these aliphatic amines will undergo diazotization upon treating with the nitrous acid, similar to that of aromatic amines. Right? And coming to the properties of benzene diazonium chloride. Right? These are colorless. You see here, these are colorless crystalline solids. These are more soluble in water and less soluble in organic solvents like ether and other organic solvents. This benzene diazonium chloride is unstable, and when they are exposed to air, they will be converted into brown colored compounds. They are unstable, but of course the benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate is very stable compound, whereas benzene diazonium chloride is unstable. Right? These aryl diazonium salts will also conduct electricity in aqueous medium, and they form double salts by interacting with the metallic salts. Right? This is what about the physical properties of benzene diazonium chloride. And coming to the chemical properties, then generally the benzene diazonium chloride will undergo two types of reactions. The first one is the reactions in which N2 group, N2Cl group is replaced by the other incoming nucleophiles, and the other type, the reactions in which the two nitrogen atoms are retained in the compound itself. Right? Now let us discuss these two type of reactions in detail. Right? You see here, coming to the reactions in which N2Cl group is replaced, that type of reaction takes place via unimolecular nucleophilic substitution mechanism, that is SN1 mechanism. You see here in the slide, we can see the benzene diazonium chloride. Here this N2 group is a easy leaving group. Right? This is a easy leaving group. Easy. Right? Easy leaving group. Right? So therefore, by the loss of nitrogen, because this is a easy leaving group, we will get this cation, that is benzene containing positive charge. Right? This will, in the second step, will attack with the nucleophile. In the second step, it will attack with the nucleophile to give this new compound. That is, the overall reaction is nothing but this is a SN1 reaction. That is, in this N2 group is replaced by the nucleophile. Right? This benzene diazonium chloride will undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction with the variety of nucleophiles. Right? This benzene diazonium chloride is an important synthetic reagent in the hands of synthetic chemists. Right? It is an important tool in the hands of synthetic chemists. We use this benzene diazonium chloride as an very good precursor to prepare variety of compounds, which we see in the coming slides. Right? You can see here, we can replace the N2Cl group by the hydrogen, that is replacement of N2Cl group by the hydrogen atom. That is, benzene diazonium chloride can be converted into benzene in this reaction. Right? You can see here this benzene diazonium chloride, when we treat it with the phosphorus acid in presence of cuprous ions, we will get the benzene as the product. Right? And here is a question for you: how to prepare the symmetrically substituted tribromobenzene, that is 1, 3, 5, tribromobenzene. Usually we cannot prepare this symmetrical tribromobenzene in a traditional manner, that is bromination on benzene, because by the bromination of benzene we will get only monobromobenzene. But here my question is how to prepare this symmetrical tribromobenzene. Using this previous reaction, that is the replacement of N2Cl by the hydrogen, using this reaction we can apply this reaction in preparing the symmetrical tribromobenzene, which we see in the coming slide. You see here how to prepare the symmetrical tribromobenzene. Here this aniline, you know, this is a strong ortho-para directing group. This is more reactive towards electrophilic substitution reaction. So aniline, upon treating with bromine water, it will undergo bromination at 3 positions to give 2, 4, 6 tribromoaniline as the product. We know we can convert this amine group to the diazonium group by treating with the nitrous acid. So thereby in the second step we are converting this tribromoaniline to tribromodiazonium chloride by treating this compound with the nitrous acid. This formed benzene diazonium chloride having 3 bromine substituents at these 3 positions, with the phosphorus acid followed by, in presence of copper, we will get this symmetrically substituted tribromobenzene, right? Now the another reaction, using this benzene diazonium chloride we can also replace this N2Cl group by the OH group to get the phenol as the product. Simple, you can see in this reaction. Just we have to treat this benzene diazonium chloride with the water in acid medium, followed by heating, we will get the phenol as the product, right? Of course we can also use this reaction in preparing variety of compounds that we'll see in this slide. Here is a question for you: how to prepare metanitrophenol, right? In a usual manner we cannot prepare the metanitrophenol from the phenol reactant, because in the phenol OH group is the ortho-para directing group. When we subject the phenol to the nitration, we will get the ortho-para substituted nitrophenol. But here my question is how to prepare the metanitrophenol. We can prepare the metanitrophenol from the previous reaction, which we see in the coming slide. You see here, it is very simple. The reactant we have to take here is metadinitrobenzene. Here this is the reagent, that is sodium sulfide. This is a selective reagent, selective reducing agent. It will selectively reduce the only one nitro group and it will be reduced to NH2 group. Thereby we will get this metanitroaniline. Now we have to convert this NH2 group into diazonium group by diazotization process, in which we will subject this aniline, metanitroaniline, to the with the nitrous acid to give this metanitrobenzene diazonium chloride. Further, when we subject this metanitro benzene diazonium chloride with the previous reaction, that is hydrolysis in presence of acid medium followed by heating, this N2 group is replaced by OH group, right? In this way we can prepare this metanitrophenol, right? And coming to the another reaction, that is replacement of N2Cl group in the benzene diazonium chloride with the chlorobromocyano groups, right? Here you can see here, when the benzene diazonium chloride is subjected to copper chloride or copper cyanide, we will get this chloro-substituted benzene or a cyano-substituted benzene, that is phenyl cyanide and chlorobenzene. Here this N2Cl group is replaced by the chloro group, or N2Cl group is replaced by the cyano group. This is a named reaction. You can see here this is a Sandmeyer reaction. What is Sandmeyer reaction? This is a reaction in which benzene diazonium chloride gives halo substituted benzene or cyano substituted benzene. In this, benzene diazonium chloride is subjected to copper chloride or copper cyanide, right? And here is again an application of this reaction, that is previous reaction, Sandmeyer reaction, in preparing the meta-dichlorobenzene. How to prepare the meta-dichlorobenzene, right? So for that, what we are doing here, similar to that of previous case, we have to take the meta-dinitrobenzene, which we will get this reactant by simple nitration on benzene, followed by treating with the strong reducing agent. Both the nitro groups on the meta-dinitrobenzene will undergo reduction to give NH2 groups, that is meta-diaminobenzene as the product, which will further undergoes diazotization on both the positions to give at 2 positions diazonium chloride, followed by Sandmeyer reaction at 2 positions we will get the meta-dichlorobenzene. That means here in this case both the positions will be converted into diazonium chlorides, right? In the first step, NH2 group is converted to N2Cl, and in the second step this N2Cl is replaced by chloro group, right? That is what Sandmeyer reaction, right? And here is another reaction in which the N2Cl group is replaced by the chloro-bromo-cyano groups in a different condition. Here in this benzene diazonium chloride is treated with hydrochloric acid in presence of copper powder. We will get this same chloro substituted benzene, or when we subject this benzene diazonium chloride with potassium cyanide in presence of copper powder, we will get this phenyl cyanide. This is a named reaction, that is a Gottermann reaction. What is the difference between the previous Sandmeyer reaction and right now our Gottermann reaction? The difference is, in the previous case we are directly interacting the benzene diazonium chloride with the copper chloride or copper cyanide to get the chlorobenzene and phenyl cyanide. But here in the Gottermann reaction we are treating the benzene diazonium chloride with the hydrochloric acid in presence of copper powder. Here we are taking the copper powder, right? And of course we can also replace this diazonium group with the iodine by simply treating the benzene diazonium chloride with potassium iodide to give the iodobenzene. Generally we cannot prepare this iodobenzene in a regular manner, that is a halogenation of benzene, right? The only way to prepare the iodobenzene is the replacement of N2Cl group of the benzene diazonium chloride with the iodine group, right? This is the very important reaction from which we can prepare the iodobenzene. This is the only method to prepare the iodobenzene, right? And coming to the another reaction, that is replacement of N2Cl group by fluorine group. For this, what we have to do? First we have to convert this benzene diazonium chloride to the benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. That means in this we have to replace this chloride anion with the tetrafluoroborate by treating with the tetrafluoroboric acid, right? When we treat this benzene diazonium chloride with the tetrafluoroboric acid, what happens? The chloride anion is replaced by the tetrafluoroborate to give benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. This is also an aryl diazonium salt, but here the anion is BF4 minus. This is further on treating, further on heating, we will get the fluorobenzene as the product. This is a named reaction. You see here, this is a Balch-Schiemann reaction, right? And you see here from this what do you call this from this diazonium salt we can prepare the nitrobenzene. We can prepare the nitrobenzene, which we will see in the coming slide. That is replacement of N2 group by the nitro group. Right, in this diazonium fluoroborate, benzene diazonium fluoroborate is the reactant. We should not take the benzene diazonium chloride. Right, if we take the diazonium fluoroborate and treat it with the sodium nitrate in presence of copper, we will get the nitrobenzene as the product. Here these are the side products. Of course, if we take benzene diazonium chloride as the reactant, we have to follow the other condition. That is, here benzene diazonium chloride is treated with nitrous acid in presence of cuprous oxide. We will get the nitrobenzene. If we take diazonium fluoroborate, we have to follow this condition, right? And if benzene diazonium chloride is taken, we have to use this reaction, these reaction conditions, that is nitrous acid in presence of cuprous oxide. If you take sodium nitrate and copper powder, we need to take diazonium fluoroborate as the reactant. Right, in this way we can replace the N2Cl group by the nitro group. Right, and now my question is how to prepare the para dinitrobenzene. Generally, when benzene is subjected to nitration reaction, we will get the meta dinitrobenzene. But here my question is how to prepare the para dinitrobenzene. Right, for that we are going to use this previous reaction to prepare this compound. Right, you see here, very simple, this para nitroaniline. This is the starting material which we can easily obtain this just by doing the nitration on the aniline. We will get this para nitroaniline, which is further subjecting to the diazotization. We will get this compound, right? So which is further treating with the sodium nitrate in presence of copper, that is in this previous reaction you can see here, right? So similarly we will get the para dinitrobenzene as the product. Very simple. In this, para nitroaniline is the reactant. In the first step, this N2 group is converted into N2Cl, followed by treating with the tetrafluoroboric acid, tetrafluoroborate, right? This is obtained, right? This is obtained, which will further treating with the sodium nitrate followed by copper. This group is replaced by the nitro group to get our desired product, that is para dinitrobenzene. And this is another important reaction in which we can replace the N2Cl group by the aryl group, that is, this is a named reaction, that is Gamberg reaction. In this, benzene diazonium chloride, by treating with the benzene in alkali medium, that is sodium hydroxide, we will get this diphenyl as the compound, right? This is a named reaction, Gamberg reaction, in which we will get the diphenyl as the product. In this reaction, Gamberg reaction, we treat the diazonium chloride with the benzene in presence of basic medium, we will get the diphenyl as the product. Coming to the another condition in which we can also prepare the diphenyl product. The previous one, just we have treated the benzene diazonium chloride with the benzene in presence of basic medium. This is a named reaction, that is Gamberg reaction. But here in this, 2 moles of benzene diazonium chloride in presence of copper, by taking ethanol as the solvent, we will get this diphenyl as the product. We can also prepare the diphenyl by using this reaction condition, right? Now let us discuss the another reaction, that is another type of now let us discuss the properties of benzene diazonium chloride, in which the two nitrogen atoms are retained. That means the reactions in which two nitrogen atoms are retained in the benzene diazonium chloride itself, right? You can see here the first one, that is reduction. You can see the benzene diazonium chloride will undergo reduction to give phenyl hydrazine, in which the two N atoms are retained on the benzene nucleus itself. Here the reagent is stannous chloride in presence of hydrochloric acid. This is a mild reducing agent. So in this we got hydrazine, that is phenyl hydrazine, as the product. When we reduce this benzene diazonium chloride with the powerful reducing agents like metal in presence of acid, like zinc in presence of hydrochloric acid, this diazonium group is converted to amine group, that is aniline is obtained. In this the nitrogen atom is retained, right? Now coming to the second reaction, that is coupling reaction. In this also the benzene diazonium chloride, the two nitrogen atoms are retained. This coupling reaction is very much helpful in synthesizing the azo dyes. These azo compounds are colored compounds which are very much helpful in textile industry and as well as garment industry, right? These azo compounds are prepared from the benzene diazonium chloride from this coupling reaction, right? This coupling reaction involves condensation of aryl diazonium salts with the aromatic compounds having electron donating groups like amino group or hydroxy group, right? This coupling reaction involves condensation of benzene diazonium chloride with the aryl amines having NR2 group or NH2 group, right? Aryl amines having NH2 group or NH R group or N connected to R group, NR2 group, right? So these three type of aryl amines in which the aromatic ring is connected to NH2 group or NHR group or NR2 group. These three amines, aryl amines, in presence of weak acid medium, they will undergo condensation with benzene diazonium chloride to give azo compounds. These azo compounds are colored derivatives, right? This process is called coupling process. Of course, in this coupling reaction, our benzene diazonium chloride will undergo coupling with the aromatic compounds having OH functional group, that is in which aromatic ring is connected to hydroxy group, that is phenol, in presence of a weak base medium, weak base, right? This is a base, whereas these amines will undergo coupling in weak acid medium, right? This is what about the coupling reaction, right? This is a process involving synthesis of color derivatives, that is azo compounds. This involves coupling of benzene diazonium chloride with the aryl amines in weak acid medium or aryl hydroxy compounds, that is phenol, in weak base medium. We will see in detail in the coming slides. You see here in this slide it shows the benzene diazonium chloride coupled at the para position of the phenol in presence of a weak base medium to give azo compound. This is an azo compound. Azo compounds are nothing but these compounds have N double bond N flanked on both sides with the alkyl groups. That is what azo group, right? And this compound is a para hydroxy azobenzene. This is a colored derivative, right? In this way, benzene diazonium chloride undergoes coupling with the phenol in weak basic medium, right, to give para-hydroxy azo compounds. That means here the coupling takes place at the either para position or at the position, right? The coupling takes place at either para position or at ortho position. You can see here, if at all there is any substituent like sulfonic acid or carboxylic acid at para position, even then also the coupling takes place at this position by replacing this group, right? Here the benzene diazonium chloride replaced this carboxylic acid which is at para position to the hydroxy group of this parabenzoic acid in presence of a basic medium to give this azo compound as the product, right? And coming to the another coupling reaction in which we have taken aryl amine as the reactant. Our benzene diazonium chloride underwent coupling with the aryl amine in presence of acid medium, weak acid medium. Here the coupling takes place either at a para position or at a ortho position, right? Similar to that of phenols, here also the coupling takes place either at para position or at ortho position to give this para substituted hydroxyazobenzene, right? And coming to the another example, here I have taken para aminophenol as the reactant. Here both OH group as well as NH2 group, both are electron donating groups, right? But here the coupling position depends on the reaction condition. Here the reaction condition is base, therefore the coupling takes place with respect to hydroxy group, right? With respect to hydroxy group, the coupling takes place. That is, here the coupling takes place at ortho position to the hydroxy group, right? Here the coupling position depends on the reaction condition. Since here it is the base, so here the coupling position is decided by the NH2 group. Coupling position is decided by the NH2 group. Therefore, here this is the azo compound we will get in this reaction. Similarly, if we perform the same reaction in the acid medium, here the condition is acid medium, right? Here in this, the deciding group is NH2 group, because in this the reaction condition is acid. That's why we will get this azo compound in which the coupling takes place at the ortho position to the amine group. So in this way, the incoming diazo group will take the position ortho to the amine group, because here the reaction condition is acid, whereas in the previous case the reaction condition is base, therefore the coupling takes place with respect to the OH group, right? This is what about the coupling reaction, right? Now if you try to summarize what we have learned about the important points in this video presentation regarding the aryl diazonium salts, the important points are: aryl diazonium chloride is nothing but in this aryl diazonium salts, aryl group is connected to N2 group, right? These aryl diazonium salts are prepared by the process called diazotization, in which aniline is subjected with the nitrous acid under cold condition to give the benzene diazonium chloride. And we have also seen the properties of benzene diazonium chloride. This benzene diazonium chloride is an important tool in the hands of synthetic chemists, right? This benzene diazonium chloride will undergo variety of reactions to give useful products, because this is an important precursor. This benzene diazonium chloride will undergo properties under two categories, that is the reactions involving replacement of N2Cl by the various nucleophiles. This reaction takes place via SN1 mechanism, that means unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, in which this reaction takes place in two steps. In the first step, N2 group is cleaved to give the benzene having positive cation. In the second step, the incoming nucleophile will be attacked to give the substituted product. Similarly, we have seen the variety of products from this reaction of benzene diazoam chloride in which replacing the N2Cl group. We have seen replacement of N2Cl with the hydrogen atom to give benzene. We have also prepared the benzene diazoam chloride. We have prepared from the benzene diazoam chloride we have prepared diphenyl compounds as well phenols, nitrobenzene, right, and halobenzene, cyanobenzene, right. And this property of benzene diazoam chloride is very much helpful in preparing a variety of products which we cannot be able to prepare in normal synthetic route. We have also seen the another type of reactions which are exhibited by benzene diazoam chloride, that is reactions in which N2 group is retained, that is especially reduction reactions as well as coupling reaction. The coupling reaction involves synthesis of azo compounds. In this, the condensation between the benzene diazoam chloride as well as aryl amines or phenols takes place to give azo compounds which are colored derivatives, right. I think right now you are feeling very comfort with what we have learned about the aryl diazonium salts, right. If you have any doubts, please post your questions in the comment section. There your questions will be answered. Finally, here is a proverb for you: nurture the nature for the future. Please protect the nature. Thank you for going through the video presentation. Thank you.